Health Department's Popo Maja has been charged with fraud in the Pretoria Specialized Commercial Crimes Court. This is in relation to the 140 million rand Digital Vibes tender saga. Let's get some more reaction on this case from the NPA Regional Spokeperson, Lumka Mahanjana. Lumka, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. Your reaction, with this arrest and then the appearance in court and the charges that Mr. Popo Maja is facing.
Well, Popo Maja appeared today. He's facing 2 counts of corruption. This is in relation to the Digital Vibes tender that was awarded to them, just an over 141 million rands tender that was awarded to Digital Vibes. And as the NPA were alleging that on the day which the tender was awarded to the Digital Vibes, Maja received a payment of 10,000 rand from Digital Vibes, and a month later, he then received an additional 5,000 rand.
So is the position of the NPA that these monies were paid to him because he had influence in the bid committee?
We allege that these monies were paid to him, yes, correct, and in relation to that awarding of the tender.
And he's out on bail now, and you did not oppose that as the prosecutor. Why?
Yes, as the NPA, we did not oppose bail in the matter. However, we did ask the court to set an amount of 10,000 rand, and also with conditions that he should not, he should hand over his 2 passports, his official and private passport, to the investigating officer, and that he should notify the investigating officer should he travel out of the country or outside the province. However, the magistrate granted him a 5,000 rand bail because his attorney asked the court to afford him a 5,000 rand bail because he was already demoted at his work and therefore cannot afford any amount other than 5,000 rand. And also the fact that he has been cooperating with the state during the investigations, therefore he was not a flight risk.
So the bail was finally set at 5,000 rand and is due back in court in July?
Yes, it's due back in court on the 19th of July for disclosure of the docket. As the NPA, we've completed the investigations and we are ready to set down the matter for trial.
Okay. Should we expect more arrest in this matter of the Digital Vibes? 141 million rand was a big number, and it even led to the stepping down of the health minister, Dr. Mkhize, at the time. It was a very big issue. Or is Mr. Maja the only one that your investigations so far are alleging he was involved directly in this alleged corruption?
You must remember there are many factors around the Digital Vibes matter. We have the MISA matter, which was investigated and is still being investigated. And one accused is already appearing in court. And then there's this one with the Department of Health, which Mr. Maja is appearing in court for. Investigations in the Digital Vibes matter are still ongoing. And if ever now there's enough evidence against anybody, then that person will then be arrested and appear in court.
So are investigations still ongoing, from what you know as the NPA, into this matter? Is the SIU still investigating, for example?
The SIU wrote their report, and then now the Hawks continued with the criminal investigations. So criminal investigations are still continuing. And if now they are leading to any particular person, we will then enroll the matter and the person will appear in court.
Okay, so this is the second investigation linked to Digital Vibes leading to a court matter. Okay, so while I have you, Lumka, can we shift our focus to the other story? And I want to get your reaction to that. Bail was denied to the alleged Benoni and Tembisa serial rapists. Many people may have forgotten that this is a former security officer of PRASA who's facing 145 charges, 45 counts of rape, 43 counts of kidnapping, 41 counts of pointing a firearm. And he tried to apply for bail, and the Davidson Magistrates Court yesterday denied it. What's your reaction?
Yes, as the NPA, we welcome the decision of the court of denying bail to the alleged serial rapist. As you have read out, that the man is facing 145 charges, of which 43 of those charges are of rape, and 42 of kidnapping, and others of pointing a firearm. So when he was bringing his bail application, he asked to be released on bail. Obviously, as the state, you opposed the bail application because the man knew where the victims were staying, because in most cases he would pick them up when they were going to work, and he would threaten them, and he would threaten even their dogs because he knew where they stayed. So as the state, we opposed their bail application. Even the magistrate pointed out that the man managed to escape for 5 years while he was busy raping these women. And I must add that the youngest woman he raped was a 14-year-old girl from the total of 36 women that he raped.
Yeah, and as the state, you believe you've got a very strong case against him. I see the court as well. He'll return to court as well in July?
Yes, definitely. As the state, we have a strong case against the accused. Already has been linked to so many of these offenses through DNA evidence, and also there have been some pointing out made by the complainants that indeed this is the man that committed such offenses towards them. So as the state, we believe we have a strong case, and now the matter was postponed to the 13th of July and will appear at the Benoni Magistrates Court, Regional Court 4.
Okay, thank you very much, Lumka, for your time this afternoon here on Today about those two matters. The main one, of course, being the one involving Popo Maja, a senior Department of Health official who's been arrested and charged with a couple of counts in the Digital Vibes matter. Remember that scandal of 141 million rand tender that was awarded to that company, Digital Vibes, which subsequently led to the departure of the health minister at the time, Dr. Zweli Mkhize. That matter will return to court in July.